Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from IBG models. This is something what I've been waiting to review because as you can see, this is the Gotha Go 242A-1. So that's the famous glider from Germany, World War II, in 1/72 scale. So it will not take a lot of space, and at the same time it's a completely new development, so it might offer some, I would say, better details in comparison with what was available on the market before. And what I have here on the table, that's the final shape of this release, and it means you will be getting exactly the same stuff if you order the kit number 72573. So first of all, the box is surprisingly large for a 1/72 scale kit. Here you can see comparison with my hand. Also, the box art is really beautiful here, so I was saying it in the previous videos, but I really like what IBG does with the box arts. That might be actually a cool poster, so I wouldn't say it's a shame to cut it out from the top cover and just put it into the framing on the wall. Next, here we have the three other kits. Some of them I reviewed on the YouTube channel which you are watching at the moment, so definitely check them out if you are interested in German aircraft. And here you can see also 4 marking options which are included into this kit. We will talk more about them when we will be checking the assembly manual, but first we need to check the parts, of course. So let me open this top opening box, and the parts count, as far as I can see, is rather surprising, and I can see a lot of parts for the interior here as well. So let's start opening all of these plastic bags and find out what is actually copied and why it's so detailed, I would say. So first, Ziploc bag is quite fast to open. I'll just open the lenses because it's dark gray spruce, so it will help you to see them better. So we have here the pair of this Sprue L, and as you can see, this one is used for the machine guns and also for some frames. So I'm not sure where these frames will go in, but as you can see, the machine guns are quite okay for 1/72 scale, so here I don't have any complaints whatsoever. But next we have the bigger plastic sprue, so here I will have to zoom out a bit, because as you can see here we have the landing gear as well as the landing gear wheels. So wheels, each one should be assembled out of 2 hulls. So if I flip over this plastic sprue, you can see that they have also the guiding tabs here, and they also have the weight effect. As far as I can see, it's just really slight replication here on this edge where I'm pointing with my thumb, but I think it's more than enough for 1/72 scale, so this is definitely enough for build in this size. Next, I'm opening another plastic bag. Here, manufacturer supplies the clear plastic sprue, and this one looks really complex. So here you can see it on my hand. It's a one-piece canopy, which is cool, but well, you will have to find some aftermarket in order to mask all of the sections, because otherwise it might be a small nightmare to cut out of all of these rectangles. And the same goes to the side windows. It's really nice that they're actually copied as the clear parts, but well, it will take some time if you will be doing all of the masking by your own hands. And as you remember, IBG usually does not include any masking templates or any help to get you some assistance in covering all of these clear parts. So definitely be ready, and maybe there will be some aftermarket at the moment when you will be purchasing this model, so definitely check it out. It might help you to avoid this unnecessary time, let's say, spent. Next, I've opened the sealed plastic bag, which is quite interesting because previous 2 were actually Ziploc bags, and now we have the sealed plastic bag, and it's very wide sprue with interior parts, as you can see. So what we have here is the seats which will be installed in the cargo compartment, and it's really cool that they are molded as a single piece part, so you won't have to deal with the separate seat in 1/72 scale. Believe me, it will save you some time. And also here you can see some other minor parts. So I really like such parts design because it allows you to focus on more important things. And here you can check also these parts from the opposite side. Just remember that this is a 1/72 scale kit, so that's why it's not that quick and easy to install, but that's because of the size, not because of the kit design. And if you wonder how the interior structure is copied, here is the answer on this sprue. As you can see, we have the separate subframing, and this is really cool because, well, you will have to install it obviously into the fuselage panels, but I think such design is also easier to deal with if you will be doing the detailed painting. And of course we have the guiding elements, so it should be easy to install. And those sections are molded as the one-piece elements, so you don't have to work with the separate tabs, which should be aligned somehow together, and spend your time doing all of this work. So again, quite clever engineering, and I really like what IBG did here. And you probably can hear I'm cutting through another sealed plastic bag, and which is rather funny because it could have been the Ziploc bag, but we have the sealed plastic bag, and it will take a bit of time. So here you can see the bigger plastic sprue. So let's take the overall look, because here we have the fuselage panels. And before we start discussing them, let me remind you that you can support me with a small donation. It's quite easy to do because there is the button there to join the YouTube or do the YouTube donation, or you can do the donation with help of big red button on the website. It's done via PayPal, so it's safe and quick, and of course you will decide how much I will get. But all of this money are very useful in order to get some new kits which I wouldn't be able to review without your help. So, returning back to this plastic kit, as you can see, the frontal section should be assembled out of several panels. So here we have the bottom one, because we have also this recessed area for the landing gear ski. Also here you have the two side panels. Of course we have the cutouts for the clear areas, and the surface details are looking quite good, so for 1/72 scale it's more than enough. Next we continue here with the parts for the tail area, and I think this is very important because, well, a lot of modelers would like to do the open tail bay, so that's why it's good to have those panels as the separate parts so that you can lift it up and then expose what is inside. I wonder how manufacturer will actually show this assembly option and if it's actually offered at all. But well, we need to wait for the assembly manual because we have more plastic sprues here, and I'm already opening the next one. So here we have the sprue with parts for the wing and also for the tail booms. So this one is quite straightforward. I really like these surface details. Note that each tail part should be assembled out of two hulls, and I wonder if we have guiding elements here. As far as you can see, there are some guiding tabs here, so it should help you with alignment. Now you can see it, and overall the molding quality is rather clean and nice. We have thin attachment points, and note the placement. They're well, wherever it is possible, they're placed in the areas of the attachment, not on the visible surfaces. So this is also thought through design, and I think it will pay off on the final look of the model, because you won't be worried about the visible, let's say, defects if you somehow damage the part. And well, it happens with everyone, so it's usually better to have the nice design of the plastic kit which actually assists you with the part separation, instead of trying to sweat your way through the cutting the part. Okay, let's flip over the sticker back. Last gray plastic sprue. As you can guess, we get the wing parts here. We also get the two tail booms, which should be glued out of two hulls, of course. And also we have the wing mechanization, which is separate. What is dangerous here is this attachment points for the mechanization. As you can see, it can be easily broken off due to the slight pressure on the top. So be careful, and maybe check this sprue if you can, if you're buying it from the shop. And also here inside we have some guiding elements, but well, I do not see the guiding pins. That's why I'm a bit lost. So be careful with alignment. I can see the guiding tabs, but guiding pins are not here. So that's why you should be really careful with alignment. Maybe dry fitment first, and then use the liquid glue in order to get the parts fixed in place. Otherwise you can get a slight misalignment, which will be really noticeable on such model. Next we have the separate plastic bag with additional, let's say, accessories. So I will zoom in. Let's place it here. First one is unpainted PE fret. So here we have parts both for the interior and exterior. And as you can see, these are quite nice, but they're very tiny because it's a 1/72nd scale after all. So that's why take your time, better use the PE bender and other special tools because otherwise it's easy to lose these parts. What I have here is the decal sheet, of course. So as you can see, it's coming from Tech Mod. And we also get a really nice segmentation of this shark mouth, for example. I can see also some decals here for the interior. So overall, it looks nice. Of course, the seat belts for the cargo compartment are not included. Swastika is divided into several sections here. So at least this is supplied out of the box. And next, we have the assembly manual. So I will move the sticker here. Let's zoom out. Close the lenses maybe, because this is a large color printed brochure. And here you can see that we have short history note on the first page. Then if I open it, here we have the parts map. And well, on the parts map you can notice that we also get the PE parts map, decals, and also color table. And color table I can see is given in Hataka, Vallejo, Mr. Hobby, and AK Interactive paint numbers, so it's quite popular ones. Assembly process starts from the nose section, so here you will be working on the cockpit, and as far as you can see there will be a lot of PE parts involved, so be ready for this. Even the seat belts for the pilot seats are made out of PE parts. Next we continue by installing it and joining with this large spar. And by the way, I didn't mention it in the overview of the sprues, but this spar is really handy for supporting the large wings, but maybe it's also a good idea to add the metal rod as well, because after all this is a plastic and in 1/72nd scale parts still will be heavy. So here you can see how whole, let's say, nose section is assembled, or the whole cargo compartment. As you can see, the interior parts are getting installed there. And well, because they are molded as the single piece parts, so that's why it should be rather quick, and you will avoid this unnecessary pleasure of installing each seat one by one. Next we continue with the top panel of the fuselage, and here you continue with the parts for the... Yeah, this is the cockpit. And this is the canopy, the clear part, so you install more parts and then you just install it on the top, as you can see here. You also have some versions to install the machine gun. And also we have some additional parts being installed on top of this clear section. Next we continue with the tail area. So here you assemble it first, and then yeah, we get the option of the open rear or tail area, and as you can see you will have to use slightly different parts in order to support it. And next we continue also with the wing roots here, and then you install the wing main sections. So this is quite interesting design, and that's why I'm saying it's better to use the plastic, not only the plastic rod which is supplied here, but also the metal rod, which will be giving some extra support. So we assemble the tail booms, we assemble the tail wings, and also some small PE parts for actuators. And here we continue with the landing gear, which is rather simple, but it might be an interesting thing to play with weathering and dirtying. Next, here you can see the first marking option with the shark mouth. Next, we see two marking options. And these ones, well, this one is quite interesting because of the mottled camouflage. And here we have another one, so 4 marking options in total. And overall, I think it's a great build for all 1/72nd scale fans. And of course, it will take plenty of space even in this scale, but I think it might be a fun build. And it will give you some, let's say, space for extra activities. Maybe there will be also some aftermarket available. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such release, so write it here in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.